have a bud box in front of us, just starting at the top. All bud boxes come with double stitched seams. We were the first to market with double stitched seams. We also have military grade zippers, and at the back of the zippers we have a double baffling system. That double baffling system is what stops all the light leaks. The double baffle is different and is unique to us. We were the first to the market with it, and the two overlap, and it gives you a complete light seal. Inside, if we look at the top, we have roof bars, and all our roof bars are the same thickness as the main poles. They are 25 millimeters thick, and they come in two sizes. We have an E and an F bar, a deeper drop and a shallower drop. Very importantly, on the roof bars, if I can show you, we have these, which are our silicon pads. These silicon pads, again, a bud box first, are acoustic dampeners, as well as protecting the frame. And a lot of people perhaps aren't aware that they're to be used as such. Slide over the ends of the pole, ensuring that you've got a clean seal. And then what you'll find is that when they fit over the poles, they're a lot easier to slide on and off and protect your paintwork. Those roof bars support an incredible amount of weight. We've had them tested in a 120-240 with over 200 kilograms. Now, most kit is going to cost you less than that in weight, but it has all the strength you need for that. As you can see, looking from the top, we have ports in the top of the tent. In this one, it's not being used, but we have a number of port options. Usually on the larger tents, you get 4 port sizes. Some for cables, some for ins, some for outs. And as you can see here, if you don't need to use them, you can cuff them and put them out the way and use the ones that suit your setup perfectly. From small cable ports at the top for electricity to irrigation bar at the bottom, which we have is unique for BudBox, which is called the H bar, or the uplift irrigation bar, for allowing for gravity fed watering and nutrient systems. As you come down the tent, you'll see on all sizes from 120 upwards, we have access doors. Whilst these are the main vertical access doors here, with a main vertical zip, we do have D doors. So once your tent's set up, you are able to access very easily from either side or the back, depending on the model you've got. Towards the bottom, BudBox were the first with a drip tray. So not only do you have the base of the tent, but we have a drip tray that velcros to the corners and protects those little spills. All BudBox tents come with a screened passive vents, velcro fastens over the top, and micro mesh vents to allow the airflow through and to keep the mites out. Well, it's absolutely true. There is clearly an enormous amount of equipment that can be put into a grow tent, and it's often changing. HPS lighting to LED lighting might be a classic one. Because BudBox focused on par reflectivity from the start, we are already future-proof with LED. Our white material will get the most out of your LED compared to any other grow tent. We also have reinforced corners for the material here, extra material. Going around the side in all the bud boxes, you will find door clips, and that is that when you've got the main doors open, you can hang them to the side and keep them out the way. If you look at some of the frame components in a BudBox Pro, and here we have a 4-way connector, which typically sits in these positions to allow the top part of the frame to connect, you'll see that we have a reinforcement, again, a BudBox first. And if you look at the quality of the welding on a BudBox product, you'll find that there's a reason why we're a premium tent. These are highly, highly strengthened components. All the metal connectors on a BudBox Pro are a push-click system. And again, BudBox was the first to market with those. You'll see the little holes in them. And just to give you a little demonstration, in each of the poles you'll find a little push system here. And they work beautifully to click into place. That gives you a very solid, secure connection. Here we have a 3-way connector, and as a top tip, in terms of assembly, you will find these at the corner of all your BudBox Pros. And a very top tip is that you'll find a plastic blanking plate. When you're fitting these at the bottom of the tent, that blanking plate must go to the bottom. You can see that it can go different ways, but you'll end up in trouble. Keep the plastic bit to the bottom at the bottom, and when they're at the top, the plastic bit should be at the top. So there's a top tip for you. Just to go through the vents, if you are unusing your vents, let me show you how these vents work. All our vents are double cuffed, as you can see, and you will have more options than you need. you can see there is an inner cuff which can be drawn tight and an outer cuff which can be drawn tight. And obviously you can set those if you're not using them and keep them away, making your environment completely configurable to you. On the micro mesh filters, they are passive vents for sure. You can close them or keep them open. They prevent the ingress of mites. If you want to close them, if you're running a CO2 enrichment environment, it will keep the environment inside the tent. We also have, again first to the market, on all our BudBox Pro tents, a night vision window. All BudBox Pro tents come with it, and it is a specially designed green filter that when you shine a light through to check on your plants, it will not disturb the sleep cycle of them. All BudBox Pros come with a series of hanging straps. Again, another nice little feature for a BudBox. You'll get one hanging strap per roof bar that you get, and these are extremely strong and designed to hold any fans or filters that you should need. You may have your own systems, but BudBox do provide you with a system to hang from our roof bars. One of the other benefits of a BudBox Pro tent is a completely clear floor area. We have no poles running across the floor, and this is a great example in this in-store demonstration here. There are two trays down here that have been placed over the top of the base of BudBox. If there were any poles running across the tent, as many other manufacturers do, you would have a very uneven floor. Even without the trays, on a standard drip tray, you're going to have pots, and those pots on a BudBox will never be hanging over a bar running across the floor. We pride ourselves in that makes it a lot easier to put your equipment in, get in, and maintain your grow. Hi, I'm Simon from BudBox, and I've just been running through a summary of the features of a BudBox Pro tent.